this company never they never learn. They never learn. They keep going back. WWE sits. Vince McMahon and all of his yes men, they sit and wondering, oh yeah, well, you know, why are people coming to the shows? Why can't we sell out pay-per-views? You know, why can't we get our ratings back to what they used to be? Well, the reasons why WWE can't get their stuff back to what it used to be is because they keep doing the same old crap over and over and over and over and over again. They keep thinking that the same thing is going to keep working. They don't realize, and people like Seth Rollins, and I understand, yes, people like Seth Rollins and, you know, Drew McIntyre and Roman Reigns, they go out there and defend the WWE product. They say WWE is number one and it will never be taken over, you know, and they go rip Jon Moxley for leaving WWE to go join AEW. And it just pisses me off. This is the reason why Dean Ambrose left WWE, became Jon Moxley again, and joined AEW. This is why Ty Dillinger left, Karma left. All these superstars leave WWE to go to AEW. Because they keep doing the same old stupid mistakes. And they expect us just to take it. They expect us just to accept it. You know what I'm thinking after watching Extreme Rules tonight? When does AEW start programming on TNT each week? When does that begin? Honestly. Because tonight, WWE played us all. No, not me. Because I knew where this was going. WWE played all of you for fools. They told you what they were going to do weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, when Paul Heyman came on WWE television. All right? And he said, spoiler alert for Extreme Rules, Brock Lesnar will cash in his Money in the Bank briefcase. They told you how Extreme Rules was going to end. They legit told you how Extreme Rules was going to end before it even premiered on the air. They told you, and you still fell for it. I knew this entire night how this was going to end. I knew it. And I was not wrong. Not wrong. Legit. WWE does the same crap every single time. Every single time. And you guys fall for it. Luckily, people like me are here to actually tell you and show you where WWE is wrong. If you guys haven't noticed, my name is Fitzwell TV. Welcome to your official WWE Extreme Rules 2019 full show review and results. I'm just gonna let you guys know there's gonna be a pretty good amount of ranting in this video. All right, Extreme Rules wasn't a terrible pay-per-view. It was below average at best. Below average. The way the show started, the first hour and a half, the show was pretty damn good. And then about midway through the show fell off the rails. It fell off the map. And legit, almost everything that happened after the midway point of the show was absolutely terrible. It was around the time of the SmackDown Women's title match. Around that's when this show started to fall off the rails. And it got me pissed. You know, but Extreme Rules, it wasn't terrible. The first part of the show wasn't even that bad. But WWE always going back, doing the same old bullcrap. It really does make me sick. You know, it really does make me sick. How many times is Brock Lesnar? I go on Twitter, I'm checking Twitter. Everyone's so excited that Brock Lesnar cashed in. Why? First of all, why was Brock Lesnar given the Money in the Bank briefcase in the first place? Why? How many times? This is what? Brock Lesnar's third or fourth reign? I forget. This is either his third or fourth reign as Universal Champion. His third or fourth reign. And it's the same old bullcrap. We complained for months. Every time he holds that title, we complain. I don't know why my glasses give me so much trouble tonight. Every time he wins that championship, we complain. And then we get happy when he loses the title. But when he wins the title a couple months later, everyone gets excited again. Why? WWE spent the first part of the year, and this is what WWE makes you look like idiots, all right? WWE spent the first part of this year trying to build up the Universal Championship, all right? Their whole storyline with going into Seth Rollins and Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, that was a great way to open up WrestleMania with Seth Rollins and Brock Lesnar, how that match was booked and how fast it was. It was like Bam Bam Bigelow, Bam Bam Bow. Seth Rollins wins the Universal Championship. Everything he talked about, all this, Lesnar holds the title hostage. He's never on television. All this other nonsense, right? And then we're all happy, right? We're all happy that, Lesnar loses the title at WrestleMania to Seth Rollins. All right? And then we're like, this is a new era. Seth's going to bring us into a new era. All right, he's going to be on television. We're going to have the Universal Championship on television every single week. He's going to start building up the title, start bringing relevance back to the Universal title. Come to find out, Money in the Bank, Lesnar wins Money in the Bank. He wins the Money in the Bank briefcase, and he wasn't even originally in the match. Legit, shows up for a couple seconds, wins the briefcase. And then for the last 2.5 months, they've had Lesnar teasing when he's going to cash in. Over and over and over again. Making us sick to our stomachs. All right? He's teasing when he's going to cash in the Money to Break briefcase. Super Showdown, he was supposed to cash in. No. And then, legit, they had Paul Heyman appear on Monday Night Raw the last couple weeks. Say, Lesnar's going to cash in. And then eventually, Lesnar does cash in at Extreme Rules tonight. He said it. 2 weeks ago on Raw. Go back and search up. Spoiler alert, Lesnar will cash in and he will become either Universal or WWE Champion. That's what Paul Heyman said. And they did it. And the thing about this, you should have knew that was going to happen, because when Paul Heyman gives a spoiler, usually 99.9% of the time, it's correct. It's on point. It becomes true. And you also know what's so ironic about all this? We know Paul Heyman and Eric Bischoff are taking over Raw and SmackDown. And basically, well, if I'm correct, their time, Paul Heyman officially takes over Monday Night Raw, the creative side of Monday Night Raw tomorrow night. And he's also the advocate for Brock Lesnar. So isn't it ironic that Heyman's taking over the creative department of Monday Night Raw, and his advocate, his client on television, Brock Lesnar, is now the Universal Champion once again? Oh my goodness, I don't know I don't know. I really don't know. And then we have Bischoff take over SmackDown. Honestly, what are we doing here? All right. So what? People are gonna be like, oh, we need Lesnar to give Seth Rollins and Lesnar a big time match at SummerSlam, because most likely that's gonna be probably your main event of SummerSlam, Seth Rollins versus Brock Lesnar, unless they make something bigger happen. That's probably going to be it. I honestly don't understand why. This is the same thing that they did with Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar last year. Remember WrestleMania last year when Lesnar beat Roman for the Universal Championship? And they continued that feud all the way through SummerSlam when Reigns finally defeated Lesnar and became Universal Champion. They're doing the same thing again here with Rollins. All right? I don't know what Heyman has planned, even though, I want to give Heyman, a chance, because Heyman, he actually has a really great creative mind. But I don't know. Legit, I'm scared because Heyman is a long-term booker. So I will be surprised if Heyman's planning to have Lesnar hold that contract. Hold that Universal title again all the way through WrestleMania. That's legit what I'm scared of. And we're going to go through the same old crap. Yes, I know Lesnar re-signed a WWE contract. He's mostly signed now for the next year. But still, Lesnar's not going to be on television every single week. We know Lesnar's only going to show up maybe once or twice a month max. So I don't know what they have planned here. What, they're going to bury the Universal title again? And it's not like Seth did much with the Universal Championship in the first place because, hey, he won the title. He had that fantastic match with Styles at Money in the Bank. But then the last 2.5 months of his reign have been absolute garbage. Everything they've done with him and Lacey Evans and Baron Corbin and Becky, it's been pretty much garbage in my eyes. I love Becky Lynch, but it's been pure garbage in my opinion. Like, I really don't understand why they're going down this direction again. Why? Legit, one of the biggest problems you had on WWE television was Lesnar. All right, and the Universal Championship. All right, you fixed it at WrestleMania. What was the whole point of WrestleMania now? What was the whole point of Rollins winning the Universal Championship at WrestleMania if you were just going to have him lose the title to Lesnar again just so you could book the match for SummerSlam? Really? Why? Why? And the thing is, I don't even have confidence that Rollins will regain the Universal Championship at SummerSlam now that Paul Heyman is in charge. Because who knows what Heyman has to... I want to trust Heyman, but, something's telling me that he's going to favor Lesnar just because that's his client on WWE TV. It's absolute garbage. Absolute garbage. All right? And, the best part of this whole show, in my opinion, was probably Baron Corbin giving the end of days to Becky Lynch. I'm not going to lie. I popped pretty hard at that. I didn't like... The match itself sucked, but I actually really enjoyed seeing Baron Corbin pull the end of days on Becky Lynch. I love Corbin's end of days. I don't like Corbin as character. I don't like him as a performer or his character, but his finishing move is pretty sweet. Him doing the end of days on Becky Lynch was pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right? But still, at the end of that match, after Corbin, hits the end of days on Becky, you see Rollins get mad. He starts hitting Corbin with candlestick, chair shots, everything. And then he goes to do not one, not two, but 3 curb stomps. Three curb stomps to Baron Corbin. And you have Lacey Evans looking like an idiot on the outside. All right? Hold on, my bro Anthony is talking. If you guys know Anthony, he was the one I used to do this podcast with back in the day. All right, but still back. They make Lacey Evans look like an idiot. All right, first off, this is a mixed tag team Extreme Rules match for both the Raw Women's Championship and the Universal Championship. So if Corbin loses, that means Lacey loses. That means she loses her chance at the championship. So Rollins is over here curb stomping Corbin the hell and back. Performing 3 curb stomps. 3 curb stomps. All right? And the camera pans. Becky's on the outside trying to recover from the end of days. But, she's trying to recover from the end of days, right? But Lacey's looking on from the outside from the ramp, and she's watching as Rollins pins Corbin. Like, sweetheart, do you not realize that if Corbin loses, you lose? And one of the stipulations in this match was if Corbin and Lacey lost, they would get no more opportunities for the Universal Championship going into the foreseeable future. All right, as long as Becky and Seth are champion. So you just sit there and watch. Instead of, blasting Rollins from behind or going for a low blow or something, breaking up the pinfall, you just watch as Rollins pins your partner, not only losing the match, but losing the chance at the Raw Women's Championship. They made Lacey Evans look like such a retard. Such a retard. I would have rather have had Lacey Evans stay down at ringside, pretending like she was hurt, and not know what was going on in the ring. Instead of having her, but you had her stand on the ramp and just look at Rollins pinning Corbin. This company, man, it's like they have no logic with their booking. Absolutely no logic. No logic. And then, then you have Lesnar come out, cash in his Money in the Bank briefcase. I don't know what I was low-key hoping on. And I thought this was gonna do that, just to make it a little more interesting. I would have had Becky low blow Brock. All right? Imagine Brock Lesnar gave Becky Lynch the F5. Now that would have been better. All right? You're talking about Corbin giving Becky the end of days. Imagine if Brock gave Becky Lynch the F5. Becky goes for the low blow. Brock gets mad and just F5s Becky. Man, that would actually be pretty good television. All right? But instead, you have Becky just sit on the outside for ages. All right? And then you have Seth. And then Seth, being a retard, it was an Extreme Rules match. There was a chair and a candlestick in the ring. He just let Lesnar walk into the ring, suplex him, F5 him, and take his title. And at the end of the day, you have Lesnar on the top of the ramp holding the Universal Championship, and Ron just going like, huh? What happened? What happened? Oh, and disappointment. You made both Lacey Evans, Seth Rollins, Becky Lynch, Corbin, everybody in that match look like idiots. Look like idiots. All right? Rollins could have easily, all right? Easily. Could have easily. You guys hear how many times I say that? Easily could have grabbed the candlestick, grab a chair, blast Lesnar, you keep your title. Live to fight another day. But WWE loves to make you guys look like idiots. Look like idiots. And I get to sit here and laugh. I didn't even get mad. Watching this. I was like, I knew this was going to happen, and I just started laughing. Because you guys on Twitter over there like, Lesnar's Universal Champion. I'm like, why? And then 2 weeks later, you guys are going to be complaining, oh yeah, the Universal title is now on TV. The Universal Championship is being buried. And I'm going to be here to tell you, I told you so. I told you so. I told you so. I told you so. You guys get mad at me saying, oh yeah, Fitzmonk, where's the Monday Night Raw reviews? Where's the SmackDown Live reviews? I barely watch now. I legit barely watch. All right? Legit. I watch almost basically. Why would I give you guys a Monday Night Raw review when it's the same booking every single week? I just legit watch the highlights. Because why not? Why not? Right? But I honestly think the reason why I still watch WWE is because I'm a fan of professional wrestling. That's pretty much it. And the thing is, I don't even watch WWE anywhere close to the level I used to. Because now I get everything I need to just by watching highlights on Raw and SmackDown. And then, that's why you guys don't get the Raw and the SmackDown Live reviews unless something big happens. All right? I watch the pay-per-views just because. Why not? I have WWE Network. Why not? But honestly, man. Honestly, my boy Moose was here, doing the reviews with me each and every single week. And he hasn't been watching since January. He stopped watching around the Royal Rumble. All right? And legit, I text him all the time. We always talk about wrestling and basketball and stuff like that because we're homies. All right? But still, I keep him updated. And all he can do is shake his head and say, sad. Because legit, at the end of the day, it's sad. It's sad. It legit is. It's sad. I cannot wait for AEW to finally get the start premiering. Because legit, I'll give you guys AEW reviews every single Monday instead of giving you guys Monday Night Raw reviews. That's probably what's going to happen. All right? That's probably what's going to happen. I'm not giving you guys Monday Night Raw reviews right now unless something big happens. So probably I'm going to give you guys AEW reviews when AEW finally comes to television in a couple months. All right? On TNT. Honestly. All right? It's absolutely ridiculous. Ridiculous. And my boy Boots is texting me all this, I stopped watching since the Rumble. All right? This is not professional wrestling. NXT is professional wrestling. All right? Johnny Gargano is professional wrestling. Yes, Johnny Gargano is professional wrestling until he gets to the main roster. One of the only reasons why I still have hope is that Paul Heyman and Eric Bischoff are taking over starting tomorrow night. All right? That's one of the only reasons why I have any hope for this company at all. All right? Paul Heyman taking over Monday Night Raw's creative department. Eric Bischoff taking over SmackDown Live's creative department. Hopefully, I pray that we get some level of change going into SummerSlam. Like, I don't know what's gonna happen, man. Some of you guys asked me what's gonna happen with the Raw Women's Championship. We're not gonna get Becky versus Lacey at SummerSlam. They're done. This is how you gotta think about it for Becky. Where does Becky go from here? Stephanie's gonna have to deal with Brock, try to get the Universal title back. We don't know where that's going. But where does Becky go? Becky still is Raw Women's Champion, but she's done with Lacey Evans finally. They've been feuding since Mania. Absolute garbage. And where does she go from here? All right. You look at the Raw Women's roster, and there's really not a lot of names. There's not a lot of competition. I forget who's on the roster these days. All right. You have Naomi. They're probably not going to do that. They have Natalya. No, garbage. Alexa Bliss. I don't care for that. All right. No. Nikki Cross. No. There's rumors saying that they're either going to do Sasha versus Becky or Sasha versus Bayley at SummerSlam. One of those two, because Sasha is set to return. And first of all, I'll believe Sasha's coming back when I see it. All right, yes, I know Sasha just dyed her hair purple. She's coming back from Japan, and she is being advertised for SummerSlam, and she's being advertised for Raw next week. All right, and I know Raw's doing this huge Raw reunion in Tampa where they're getting a bunch of the legends to come back. I don't know. It's just WWE being desperate, trying to get the ratings up. And it'll probably be a highly rated show because you'll have Stone Cold, and you'll have your Ric Flair, and you'll have all these legends coming back. Because WWE does that like once a year. No matter if it's like Raw 25th anniversary or Raw 1000, they always find a way to bring the legends back. But legit, I don't know what they're gonna do. All right, I don't know what you do with Becky Lynch going forward. So I would love to see Sasha versus Becky. All right, but I don't know. I honestly don't know. And Anthony's still texting me. All right. Okay, last one. Did it? All right. This is my boy Moose texting me. All right. Okay. Moose texted me. Okay, last one. Did it go to WrestleMania, which was 10 minutes away from me? I remember last year, we sat up here, me and Moose sat up here on this podcast and said we were going to WrestleMania. And we were legit going. All right. We could have honestly gone if we really wanted to. But as time went by, WWE became more and more trash. All Moose watches is TakeOver. I read the spoilers for the NXT tapings, and that's the only affiliation I have with wrestling. Gargano, Undisputed Era, and Matt Riddle are the only reasons why I love wrestling, in which I only mean NXT. Because NXT is professional wrestling. All right? But I've spent the first 25 minutes of this review just ranting on Lesnar. My goodness. All right, but we're gonna go through this show as quick as possible. I really don't want to be here too long. All right, legit, not much happened on this pay-per-view. I'm not saying it wasn't a bad pay-per-view. The first hour and a half was pretty damn good. All right, but around the Bayley versus Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss match, this show just fell off the map. All right, off the map. All right, first off, all right, what we're going to go through is pre-show. Finn Balor versus Shinsuke Nakamura for the IC Championship. All right, first off, I don't know. Now WWE, I guess, is deciding to push Shinsuke Nakamura again. All right, first off, they had this match. Two of your best performers on the main roster, Shinsuke Nakamura and Finn Balor. You had them wrestle in less than half capacity. This match went on at around 6:20 during the pre-show. The show didn't start till 7. People were still firing in. The Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia was only about half full. Half full. So you had Shinsuke Nakamura and Finn Balor, two of your best wrestlers, wrestling in front of a half-empty crowd. And the fact of the matter is, this match went on before the Cruiserweight title match. So if that doesn't show how little care WWE has in the Intercontinental Championship, one of the most historic championships in the entire company, I don't know what else to tell you. I really don't. It's pretty damn sad, to be honest. Pretty damn sad. But you had Shinsuke Nakamura, and the fact is this match went on 8 minutes. 8 minutes. And this is the thing is, people like Finn Balor did nothing with the Intercontinental title. It wasn't even Finn Balor's fault. It really wasn't. He was never booked. The beginning of his reign, he had some really good matches with Andrade. They had a decent match at as they had a decent match at Super Showdown. But legit, at Money in the Bank, you had Finn Balor in the Money in the Bank ladders match. All right, you didn't have him on Stomping Grounds. You didn't have him on. I think it was Over the Limit. What was the pay-per-view? I don't even remember the pay-per-view after that. I really don't. All right, there was no pay-per-view. It was my bad. See, I'm getting my words all messed up. But Finn Balor has not defended the IC championship on any pay-per-view since Mania when he won the championship. You had him appear as the Demon at Super Showdown. He was in the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. You didn't have him defend the championship at Stomping Grounds. All right. And then you just have him lose the IC title to Shinsuke Nakamura on the pre-show. On the pre-show. I thought Shinsuke Nakamura's contract was supposed to run out earlier this year. Why is he still with the company? Why is he not with All Elite Wrestling? Why? Yes, and I think Shinsuke Nakamura winning the IC title today on the pre-show, I think that's Shinsuke's first, and let me know if I'm wrong, but I think that's Shinsuke's first championship victory since being on the main roster, since NXT. I remember he lost the NXT championship to, I think it was Bobby Roode, and then he got called up, and he hasn't won anything since. He did win the WWE championship against Styles. Yeah, this was legit his first championship victory. I'm happy for Shinsuke. I feel bad for Finn Balor because Balor never got a chance to do anything with the IC title because he was never booked. He was never booked. We all talked about Finn Balor being moved to SmackDown Live in the Superstar Shakeup. He hasn't done anything. And yes, I'm happy that Shinsuke Nakamura, will get it. Actually, I'm wrong. I feel stupid right now. Shinsuke Nakamura was a United States champion. I forgot. Last year, he was the United States champion around this time. Remember against Jeff Hardy? Ooh. But still, I hope Shinsuke Nakamura is allowed to do something with that title. I doubt it, but we'll have to wait and see. Moose texted me. All right. Go to the Legit Shoot podcast and go look at our WrestleMania 34 review from almost a year and a half ago. All right. If you guys want to hear what Moose thought, my old podcast partner, if you guys want to what he thinks about Vince McMahon, just go watch that WrestleMania 34 review on the Legit Shoot podcast. I'll probably link it in the comment section. But honestly, get the Cruiserweight title match. Didn't pay attention to that. I think Drew Gulak won. I just don't care about the Cruiserweight division. All right. And it's nothing personal. I just don't care. Getting into the actual show. The show started off with the tag team match. Roman Reigns, The Undertaker versus Shane McMahon and Drew McIntyre. I'm not going to lie. Undertaker looked a lot better in this match than how he looked at Super Showdown with that awful disgrace of a match he had with Goldberg. Not going to lie here. And it wasn't even a bad match. As much as I don't care, I'm so done with this whole feud. It wasn't a bad match for what it was. All right? Taker didn't look bad. There was a point in this match where Drew McIntyre hit a claim on the outside, and Shane McMahon hit his elbow drop through the table on Taker, and then he hit coast to coast. Elias got involved in this match somewhere in between. But legit, after all that, even Shane McMahon was still not able to beat Undertaker. And there was cool in the middle of the ring. You have Shane about to go for the pinfall, and all you see is Taker stand up. Excuse me. All you see is Taker stand up, lift his body up, like doing his classic Taker. And honestly, it wasn't bad. This match wasn't terrible. For what it was, Taker hit the tombstone on Shane. There's honestly not too much to talk about in this match. Taker should be retired. He should not be coming back. I feel like part of this was Taker just wanted to come back, try to make up for what happened at Super Showdown, and he looked better. But at the end of the day, Taker is still a 50-year-old man. He's way past his prime. Just retire, bro. Just retire. Now I'm hearing rumors that they're going to set up Taker versus Drew McIntyre one-on-one at SummerSlam. I don't know why. You know, Drew McIntyre is great, but still. It's just crazy. Drew McIntyre has been on the main roster for all this time, for over a year and a half now, and he still hasn't had a Universal title opportunity one-on-one. Not one. Not one. All right? But yet, Lesnar's won the title like 2-3 times in the span of the last year and a half. And Drew McIntyre has not had one-on-one match for the Universal title. And ridiculous. Ridiculous. All right? But after the match, you know, there was a moment with Taker and Reigns. All right? Taker is staring at Reigns, and he's like, and you can basically see what he was saying. He was saying, it's your yard, you know. It's like another passing of the torch. Like, how many passing of the torch moments does Roman Reigns need? Honestly, how many passing of the torch moments does he actually need? He's had plenty. All right. Let's go down the line real quick. Triple H at WrestleMania 31. WrestleMania 32. Undertaker when he beat the Undertaker. WrestleMania 33. And I think I'm getting my thing messed up, but Lesnar gave him one. All right. John Cena gave him one. How many passing of the torch moments does Reigns need? All right. I've already been out on the record. There is really no true face of WWE right now. If you want to look at faces, the faces of WWE right now, the true faces of WWE right now would be probably Seth Rollins, Reigns, Becky Lynch, and the rest of the Four Horsewomen. Those are your and AJ Styles. Legit, there's no clear-cut face of the WWE. As much as WWE wants it to be Roman Reigns, it's not Roman Reigns. All right? It's not Roman Reigns. Let's be honest. All right? And I feel like I know where they're going now because Kofi did successfully defend his WWE Championship tonight. I feel like I know where this is going. All right? You're going to have Seth Rollins going up against Lesnar at SummerSlam. And probably for the WWE Championship, you know, they're probably going to do Kofi versus Roman Reigns. It's like all this they're going to set up for Kofi to lose, the drop the WWE Championship to Reigns at SummerSlam. I feel like that's where they're going with this. And if they did, you heard it here first. All right. You know, for months, I thought it was going to be Shane McMahon. I was terrified, but it might be something even worse than Shane McMahon. Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is probably going to take the WWE Championship from Kofi Kingston at SummerSlam. You heard it here first. Next up, we had the Raw Tag Team Championship, Raw Tag Team title match, the Usos versus the Revival. And the Usos and the Revival have been feuding since Mania, since the Superstar Shakeup. And this was a damn good match. All right? This is two of the best teams in the entire company. You guys know my favorite tag team on the main roster is the Usos, and I love the Undisputed Era. But you guys know how much I love the Usos if you guys watch me on a daily basis. And this was a good match. Good match, all right? You know, can't complain here. The Usos, the Revival won with the Shatter Machine. Ain't not much to complain about here, all right? Really, there's not too much to talk about, but this was a good match, in my opinion. You know, I won't be surprised. You'll probably see this match again at SummerSlam. Now, Aleister Black versus Cesaro. For 2 months since the Superstar Shakeup, Aleister Black has been dropping promos on SmackDown Live how he's looking for a fight. All right, looking for a fight. And this last Tuesday, he finally got that challenge in Cesaro, and I loved it. All right, Cesaro is one of my favorites on the main roster. I love his intensity. And then, you know, you had Aleister Black, who is one of my favorites in the entire company. I love his body of work. And then you had Aleister Black and Cesaro go out today. All right, two heavyweights, two big superstars in WWE, and I love this match. It wasn't long. It wasn't a long match, all right, but you can tell these two were not pulling any punches. They were going at it full force, all right, full force. All right, there was a point where Cesaro went for a springboard. Black caught him with a knee. Cesaro then recovered, applied the sharpshooter, And then he also transitioned this into the crossface. But then, Black fights out of it, and then Cesaro starts hitting uppercuts. But Cesaro went for the neutralizer, his finisher, but then Black reversed that, targeted his knee, and then he caught Cesaro out of nowhere with a devastating black mask. Devastating black mask, all right? Absolutely on the button, on the point. And I love this. I loved it, all right? It wasn't a long match, but it was great for what it was, all right? And hopefully this finally means Aleister Black will be getting more time on television. No more of these promos. Let's start seeing Aleister Black each and every week in the ring. I have an idea for right now at SummerSlam. If you want, I don't know if WWE is smart enough to actually book this, but hey, Shinsuke Nakamura just won the Intercontinental title tonight. Why don't doing Aleister Black versus Shinsuke Nakamura for the IC Championship at SummerSlam? All right. I feel like it's a little bit early, just a little bit. Aleister Black is great. He's amazing in the ring, but I still feel like it's still a little bit early to put him in the WWE title picture. All right. Plus, there's, I feel like Reigns is going to be in there. Kofi's already a baby face. So for right now, have Black wait a little bit. But hey, I would love to see Black feud with Shinsuke Nakamura over the IC title going to SummerSlam. Wouldn't mind that at all. That would be a damn good match. All right. But that's just my idea there. Hopefully WWE goes and they actually start building up Aleister Black on SmackDown Live. Handicap match for the SmackDown Women's Championship. This was terrible. This is when the show started falling off the map. The show had been pretty good, pretty decent up to this point. Pretty decent up to this point for me. But, this is where it fell off the map. A lot of people were expecting Sasha Banks to come back. I had a feeling that I kind of knew, people would ask me, why did I make a video reporting about Sasha Banks coming back at Extreme Rules? Because I was like, I don't believe she was coming back. I know she was in Tokyo this week training. I know she just dyed her hair purple again. But, honestly, yes, Sasha Banks, she is being advertised for Monday Night Raw in Tampa, Florida next week. But I don't know. I don't know. I believe, yes, most likely, as much as I want Sasha Banks to go to AEW and actually be treated like the best women's wrestler in the world, and I don't have to repeat myself, that's not going to happen right now, especially with her contract situation. So, I want Sasha Banks to come back and be put in a big women's match at Mania. I mean, at SummerSlam against either Becky Lynch or Bayley or both, who knows, and finally, be viewed as the best women's wrestler in the world. But, I just feel like it was not going to happen tonight. There's a chance he could appear on Monday Night Raw tomorrow night. There is that chance. We'll have to wait and see. She is being advertised for Raw next week in Tampa, so which is close to where she is. I believe she lives in Orlando. All right. So maybe that's when she'll make her comeback, but we'll have to wait and see. All right. Sasha is rumored to come back before SummerSlam. She's being advertised for SummerSlam. So, what? We'll just have to wait and see on that. But honestly, this match was garbage. All right, garbage. This whole Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss thing, I'm not into it. We've seen Alexa Bliss with so many partners. All right, Mickey James, Nia Jax. Like, honestly, I'm just tired of it. I really am. All right, and they were trying to do this whole thing teasing Alexa and Nikki Cross being co-SmackDown champions. Honestly, this match was just stupid. It really was. It was a basic handicap match. It was basically something you would see on Raw or SmackDown TV. This didn't really look like a pay-per-view match. Didn't have that vibe at all. And it was around this time when the crowd was kind of getting out of it. All right, from around this point on, and this was a long show. This was a long show for fans that got there at 6:00. That was when the first pre-show match happened. For fans that got there at 6:00, man, I kind of feel bad for y'all because you guys had to sit for nearly 5 hours of wrestling, which is absolutely ridiculous. But basically, there's really no way you can give Bliss or Nikki Cross another title opportunity after this because basically Bayley beat them all by herself. Sasha wasn't there. There wasn't no interference or screw job here. Bailey just straight up beat both Bliss and Nikki Cross. All right, that's the way this match went, and there's no other way to put it. There's really there's no way or no path where I can see, Bailey or Alexa and Nikki getting another title opportunity, and I hope they don't. All right, I like Alexa Bliss as a person, but she just doesn't deserve any more championship opportunities. All right, either go with Sasha and Bailey at SummerSlam, or give us Ember Moon versus Bailey, because so far Bailey hasn't done anything with that title. All right, it's not really her fault because she's been put in this garbage feud with Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss. But it's time to move on to something else. Time to move on to something else. Last man standing, Braun Strowman versus Bobby Lashley. All right, a lot of people love this match. Some people are saying this was the best match of the night. This wasn't a bad match. All right, to be honest, most of the match was pretty basic. It was just them, throwing each other into barricades and into railings and into walls and stuff like that. And I knew most of us were, just let's be honest, most of us were watching this match because we wanted to see the ending. We saw the big LED spot they did a couple weeks ago, and you could tell WWE wanted to do that again. They wanted to do that again here. Something big. And then the way they ended this match, they had Braun and Lashley fighting through the crowd, and they were in this area of the arena. It was like a weird part of the arena, and they were like in one of the lower sections on the other side of the ring, and then Lashley is beating Strowman up, and then Strowman throws Lashley into like the international section where all the international commentators are, and then they keep fighting. That was like the turning point. And then basically Strowman won the match. He entered into one of the higher sections, and he did a power slam, running power slam into like this equipment area. All right, and there was like a bunch of like wood and material everywhere, so it was kind of hard for the camera people to get a shot. But the referee's doing the 10 count, and around 7, you see Strowman just rip through like the wood, whip through a wall, and he wins the match. It wasn't a terrible match, really, but it was kind of basic for me. It was not the best match of the night, to be honest. All right, it wasn't bad for what it was. Hopefully, and there are rumors saying that Strowman's going to get a big push. There's some rumors saying they could be doing Strowman versus Lesnar at SummerSlam. I'm not for that at all, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. Strowman, this does end his it ends his feud with Lashley, but we'll have to wait and see where they go from here. But not a terrible match, but I don't think it was the best match of the night. Triple threat tag team match for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship. This match wasn't bad. All right, this was actually a really enjoyable match. We know the New Day, they bring it all the time. They can always bring it, and you had Heavy Machinery, and you also had Brian, Brian and Rowan. The end of this match was pretty kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie. So, Brian did put Biggie in the label lock, and then basically he was like basically tugging. It looked like almost like Biggie's shoulder was about to pop out of the socket. But then legit, he had to eventually let go of the hold because you could only, hold on to a submission for so long. And then Brian got back up, Big E got back up, and Daniel starts slapping Big E in the face, and Big E's like, "I dare you, keep doing that again." And then legit, he kept doing it. Then Big E was able to get Brian set into the big ending, but he didn't do it. He tagged in his New Day brother Xavier Woods, and they did the midnight hour. They score the win, and they win the tag team championships. And I love the New Day. After the night, all 3 members of the New Day are now champions. Kofi's WWE champion, and you have the New Day as the SmackDown Live Tag Team champions. And this is the New Day six tag team championship reign. And we know WWE is how high they are the New Day. There's rumors out there that they want to make the New Day the greatest tag team champions of all time. You know, they're definitely on their way. They definitely have the credentials of being that discussion. All right, 6 tag team victories, 6 tag team title victories. And they're gonna defend the titles. They're gonna put on good matches. Even though I felt like it was still kind of early, I felt like more Heavy Machinery should have won this because we've seen the New Day. They've won tag team championships so many times now. All right, this is their 6th title reign. They really didn't need the titles here. They didn't really need them. It would have been better for Heavy Machinery to win them because they're the new team. They're the up and coming team. In the division. But I guess maybe they're setting up for SummerSlam. I don't know. And you kind of think about it now, Daniel Bryan, he was WWE champion early in the year, and he was also SmackDown Tag Team champion, and he's lost both those titles to the New Day. All right, the WWE Championship, which is still being held out by Kofi, and now the SmackDown Tag Team titles that are being held by the other 2 members of the New Day, Woods and Big E. So honestly, I love the New Day. Even though they didn't really need this win, I'm not gonna get too mad at it. Maybe they're just setting this up for Heavy Machinery to win the titles at SummerSlam, but we'll have to wait and see on that. Moving on, we had for the United States Championship, Ricochet versus AJ Styles. All right, I love Ricochet. I love AJ Styles. AJ Styles is probably my favorite male superstar on the main roster. And, they put on damn good matches with each other. But, this whole thing with the club reuniting, the whole heel turn thing, it kind of, made this feud not that less interesting because you kind of knew where it was going. You knew with the club being at ringside, all right, unless they caused a disqualification, you knew that it was going to be too much for Ricochet to overcome. All right, at the end of the match, we see Luke Gallows. Actually, though, it was Carl Anderson. He distracts the ref, and then Luke Gallows then throws or hits Ricochet while he's on the top rope, setting up for Styles to hit a pretty cool looking Styles Clash from the top rope. It was like a backwards Styles Clash from the top rope on Ricochet to win the title. I don't like it because Ricochet should not be losing titles. He just won the title a couple weeks ago at Stomping Grounds. And much as I love AJ Styles, Styles doesn't need the United States Championship. All right, it's one of the things I always complain about. Styles was just competing for the WWE Championship a couple months ago at Money in the Bank, and then right after he loses, he's thrown into a feud for the mid card title. And Styles, yes, now he is United States champion, but honestly, what's saying? I'm willing to bet probably Ricochet's gonna win the title back at SummerSlam. I hope they do a ladder match. That would be pretty damn cool. A ladder match between Styles and Ricochet. I would love to see that. But this is definitely gonna go on through SummerSlam, and hopefully they make it worth our while. Because yes, the matches have been good, but the feud itself has been disappointing. That's just being honest there. Kevin Owens versus Dolph Ziggler. I love Kevin Owens. I love what he's been doing with this new babyface turn. I guess they're setting up Kevin Owens versus Shane McMahon at SummerSlam. But at the end of the day, well, let's be honest. Dolph Ziggler was once again buried tonight. All right. Dolph Ziggler came back after all that time off from WWE. He was thrown into a 2-month feud with Kofi Kingston over the WWE Championship, which wasn't that good to be honest, even though the matches were okay. But he lost those matches, and then they put him into this feud with Kevin Owens. And legit, all this match was Ziggler slapped Kevin Owens in the face, and out of nowhere, Owens hits the stunner, a la Stone Cold Steve Austin, hits the stunner on Dolph Ziggler. 1, 2, 3. Wins the match. That's it. And then after the match, he gets another promo. Wasn't that anywhere close to as good as his promo from Tuesday. Basically, was like Shane McMahon, basically doubling down on what he said on Tuesday. Shane McMahon can kiss my ass, yada yada this, yada yada that. So they're most likely setting up Kevin Owens for Shane McMahon at SummerSlam, and we'll have to wait and see where that goes. But honestly, Dolph Ziggler at this point, Just legit leave WWE. I don't know why Ziggler still signed with this company after all these years, man. I really just don't understand it. He's always complaining that he's never pushed, but yet you still go back there. You still stay with that company. Company clearly does not care about you. They had you lose to Kevin Owens in legit like 10 seconds tonight. Like, come on. The company clearly doesn't value you. Go to AEW where they will use your talents, man. But last thing, we're going to talk about Kofi Kingston versus Samoa Joe. We already talked about the Universal title match. So there's not much for me to say about this match. I love Kofi Kingston. This match wasn't terrible. It was, it was an average match. Kofi Kingston won with the Turbo in Paradise. Not, let's talk about. But legit, I think it's time for us to say Samoa Joe is the new Bray Wyatt. He is the new Bray Wyatt. He's great in the ring. He's great on the mic. But he can't really back it up. It's that serious. He's great. He talks all this stuff on the mic, and he's good. He's great at it. But the thing about it is he loses every single time. Every single time. So your credibility goes down clearly every single time you talk. I don't know. Kofi Kingston, like I said, I think they're setting up, him and Roman Reigns at SummerSlam. I hope I'm wrong, but we'll have to wait and see. Other than that, that's all I got for you guys today. There's not much else to talk about when it comes to this show. Extreme Rules, it wasn't terrible. The first hour and a half was great. And I'm talking about, Usos versus Revival, Aleister Black versus Cesaro, The Undertaker, Roman Reigns tag team match against Shane and Drew wasn't even that awful. All right, it was actually okay for what it was, but I'm telling you, around when Bayley and the Bayley versus Alexa Bliss Nick Cross match, that's when this show just fell off the map for me personally. It wasn't terrible, but it was a below average pay-per-view. All right, pay-per-view that started off very well and then just fell off as the show went along. Let me know in the comment section down below what you guys thought of Extreme Rules. Did you enjoy it? Did you not enjoy it? Let me know what you guys thought. All right. Other than that, that's about all I got for you guys today. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe if you guys enjoyed this video. Enable notifications by clicking the bell next to my name if it's on TV, so you guys are notified every time I post a new video. Not sure yet if I'm gonna do a Monday Night Raw or SmackDown Live review this week. I'll let you guys know if something important happens. Hell yeah, I'll do a review. But if it's the same old stupid bullcrap, no way you'll see a review. But I'll give it a chance because I believe Paul Heyman and Eric Bischoff officially take over this week. But I'll see you guys later. Hope you guys enjoyed the review. Subscribe if you guys are new. Have a great day, guys. Peace.